Hello, welcome to the Trial and Podcast. I'm your host, Bo. It's my co-host, the People's host, Denny. How you going, mate?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Yourself?
I'm good. The People's mascot is around as well. He'll be somewhere around in the video, I'm sure. But what do you think of the footy on the weekend? A couple of streakers. You know what I don't like, actually? If
Go
you
on.
run on the field and you still have your clothes on.
Yeah, like the chick had to go, but
Yep.
there was two dudes at the Sharkies game that just went in with all their clothes on. Like, if you're not gonna take
If
your clothes
you,
off, stay in your seat.
that, yeah, if you run on the field and you have your clothes on, you're a low life.
Yeah,
You're
scum of
right
the
up there
earth.
with people that don't want to pay for their sauce at like fast food restaurants. You're right up there. Low lives.
Or people that get angry at fast food places and say that they're never going to be back.
It's always the fattest people
Yeah,
too.
the same energy.
I'm never coming back to this
Yeah.
KFC. Never.
Well, you've just lost a customer.
And then they're back for a two-piece feed. But seriously, the ones... How good was that shot on the chick that ran on the field at the Titans game?
Perfect technique. Perfect technique. Good shot.
Bit of backlash on the security guard. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think if you don't want to get pummeled, don't go on the field.
Exactly.
Well, like we all cheered when Sam Kerr smashed that bloke when he went on the field. I thought that was hilarious,
Yeah.
and I made the same argument. If you don't want it, don't go on the field. And now this lady's gone on the field. She's been smashed. She actually come out after the game on Triple M, I think, and said she said she got what she deserved, and the security guard should keep his job. I think it ends there. What'd you make of the guys running on the field and tackling the security guard?
Oh, that's a dog act.
I didn't like that.
Nah, like, why?
Especially if you got your clothes on.
Yeah. If he was naked, might give it a pass.
All bets are off if you're naked. I think.
Yeah.
It's free reign out there. If you get your kit off, you can do what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're fully clothed and you're running on there to tackle a security guard, that guy should be probably banned for life.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah,
honest.
for sure.
This
Banned for
started to
life.
hit me head a little bit. This is the official mascot of the show. If you want one of these, you can't have it. There's only one of a kind in the whole world. All right, let's move on to the first game of the weekend. What'd you make of it, mate? Firstly, what was it? And then what did you make of it?
Manly beat the Knights. They upset the Knights 30 points to 6. Manly turned it on late. It was pretty close towards the maybe last 15 or so minutes. I think it was 10-6 there. Last 10, 15, yeah, Manly scored, 3 tries and ran away with it.
Yeah, Daly Cherry Evans are really good in this one, I thought.
Yeah,
Couple of penalties early really got the Manly Seagulls out of trouble. No, there was one off the kickoff that was just terrible.
Was it the one on Cherry Evans when he holding the neck?
The crusher.
Yeah, the crusher, come on. Or someone's just holding his neck and then he does this and it's a penalty. I thought that was low. I sent you a video of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was surprised that Manly were able to score that many points. I didn't think they'd score as many points without Turbo, so good on them.
Well, like I said, I'm not sure if... Did I say it on this show last week that I think it could be like the best thing for him if they could find a way to score and win without him?
No, you never said that.
I put it on our Instagram story. I thought I said it on
No, you
here
did.
as well.
You did.
I did say it.
You did.
Okay. Yeah, but if they can find a way to be effective without him, and not make him the center of everything they do, that could just free him up a little bit. Olakawatu got 3 points in this one. Daly Cherry Evans 2, and Jake Travojevic gets 1. I'm pretty sure that's the first point Jake Travojevic has gotten this year. But yeah, good win for Manly. We out on the Knights. That's 3 in a row for the Knights.
They started off hot, but I don't know what's happened. They just don't look like the same team.
Do we put too much stock in like the first couple of rounds as like fans?
Yeah, we might. I think we might. Especially if your team is winning, you'd be like, oh yeah, like
this is our year.
Yeah, they're winning the comp.
You know how many Knights comments I have in the bank of me saying you're an idiot for not putting them in the top 8? They're all banked.
I think we both don't have them.
No, we didn't have them in the top 8. And to be honest, they haven't looked great in the last 3 weeks. They've lost their last 3 games by 18 points or more each game. So that's not a good sign for the Knights.
No.
Obviously, they started well. They started well the last couple of years, I think. I think one year they won 5 in a row and end up maybe run an eighth or missing the 8. But they got the Dragons next week. Dragons aren't going too well. That's down at Win. Then they got the Eels and the Storm.
Oof.
Both
They definitely
at
won't be
home.
winning against the Eels.
What's the score in that Eels game?
About 56-2.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. They take the 2-pointer early just
Yeah.
to get that momentum.
And then it's all power from there.
All right. All right, we'll move on to the Cowboys-Warriors game. This was an absolute heartbreak. This is probably the lowest I've felt after a game, after a loss in a while, to be honest.
Yeah, right. Well, I thought the Cowboys should have won. Sorry, the Warriors won that one, 25-24.
Yeah.
In a golden point thriller, if you will. But Cowboys were up at one point in the game. I think it was 18 points to 6.
I think we kept leading too. We just kept going ahead and then falling behind, going ahead, falling behind. It was hard to watch. And, like, I'd rather lose by 20 than lose by 1.
It hurts.
Yeah, it sucked. It sucked, especially because that robbed me of a perfect round. But it is what it is. That's the team the Cowboys are at the moment. I think there's not enough room in this team for Scott Drinkwater and Chad Townsend. That's my opinion.
And who are you picking?
I'm going Scotty. Scotty, he polled on the weekend. I think he got 2 points in the losing side. He was outstanding. He looked energetic on the ball. I said on this show last week, he'd put Val Holmes over for a try. He did that. He scored himself. I didn't think he would score, but he scored himself. That was off a Adam Fanua-Blake blunder there.
Oh, yeah.
But he just adds a point of difference to your attack.
Yeah.
He does, and he's dangerous, and people worry about him. And I got a message from someone saying they're a little bit worried about the mistakes in his game. And I said, I can cop the mistakes from Scott Drinkwater because he's making mistakes trying to win the game.
Yeah, right.
Where Chad Townsend is just killing me. He sucks the life out of me every time he runs the ball. I think I think it was a 4-on-3 on the outside, and he tucks it under and does a little shuffle like he does and just takes it into the line. And he just gets snapped by Chanel Harris-DeFito and loses the ball. And it just deflates me every time I watch it.
I'll tell you what would have killed you. Jake Granville kicking out a dummy half.
Yeah, not his game.
About 2 meters out from the line. Just throw it back to a half.
Yeah, I know.
Have a shot at field goal, at least.
Yeah, and then Townsend shot a field goal was...
Oh, way. Yeah, that was probably the worst shot at field goal I think I've ever seen.
Why don't they go to Val there?
He
can hit him.
He can hit him, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good would you say drop kicker?
Yeah, exponent of the drop kick.
Yeah, I guess.
Guess.
Anyway, on to the next.
On to the next. What is the next, Denny?
Roosters beat the Broncos 24 points to 20. This was actually a good game.
This is Joey Manu.
Is it?
It is Joey Manu. He's so good. Like we said in the chat, like we thought he was going to score and whatnot, but we thought that because he just goes looking for the game, and when he gets in that kind of mood, he had 2 runs that set he scored the game winner. He had 2 runs, and I think both might have even been out of dummy half. But he went looking for the game because he felt like he could break it open, and just sheer determination to get over the line. Talk about centers. Katoni Staggs was outstanding, especially in the first half in this one.
Yeah.
He's obviously still explosive as always. They just got to find a way to get him into the game. Broncos looked all right here. I worry that this is probably one of the best games they've played and they've lost. And now they're going to probably be without Payne Haas for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think 2 weeks he's getting.
Yeah. So I worry about that a lot.
Yeah, so for those 2 weeks, they've lost Pat Carrigan and Payne Haas, their 2 best players.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I'll go players. They're 2 best players. Maybe they might find a bit of trouble, pardon me, moving up the middle. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
And defending the middle, I think they might struggle with defending the middle, which is a big part of today's game. And they got the Panthers next week. They've been okay traditionally against the Panthers when they've not played that well, but this is a blue bet. This could be a long night.
There's no way they win that game.
Yeah. I was going to say, what about the punishment for Albert Kelly and Payne? It hasn't been handed down yet. It's just what they think they'll get. 2 weeks seems like a bit long for me.
I don't think
there
they
was
should get any
talk
time.
about the definition of nothing in it.
Yeah. Just like a little bit of push and shove, nothing.
I think a fine would have sufficed.
Yeah, fine. Just $1,000. But,
$10,000.
Why?
I don't know. That's just what they like to do. They like those round numbers. I was thinking too, maybe a suspended match fine. So they put them one game each, but it's suspended. And then if they do something else, it's like a good behaviour thing. So if they do something else, then that gets tacked on to their next one.
Oh, okay.
So you had this over your head. They do that with teams that breach when they end out breach notices. So you go a one match suspended fine, but if you do something else within the next 12 months, you get that tacked on. I think that would have been sufficient. But I'm not in the NRL, and it looks like they're going to come down hard for no apparent reason.
That's life, I guess.
That's life, baby. That's the NRL. Let's go to the next one.
The next game, the Storm have defeated the Raiders 30 points to 16 down in Wagga.
Yeah.
What'd you make of the game?
It's just a tale of the Storm, isn't it? It's just Jerome Hughes, Ryan Pappenhausen, Harry Grant.
Yeah.
Next man up, Munster. They're just outstanding. They just roll through teams.
Yeah.
I don't think it was ever in doubt for them, really.
Not really.
The Raiders... It's funny because Ricky came out after the game and said he can see the efforts there and he can see that they're putting it in. And I think he keeps picking the same 17 or roughly the same 17 and he's getting criticised for that. But in their defence, they lost their hooker. They lost their halfback.
Yeah.
Their centre that's been their captain for the better half of a decade, he's not playing. Like, there's a lot going on at that club that's probably out of Ricky's control, really.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel for him a little bit. Jackie Whiten's having a dig, but they were just never going to win this game.
Yeah, no. I was going to say, imagine if you had Storm minus 15.5.
Yeah, you take it.
Yeah. Well, no. The Raiders kicked a penalty goal.
I know. I saw some people
on the
saying
80th
that
minute.
Too.
So
I saw some people. I think one of our mates, Jake. I think he had him 15.5.
Oh, that hurts. Sorry, Jake. But yeah, I'd be furious if I had the Storm minus 15.5. Like, why kick that penalty goal on the buzzer?
That's where game rigging comes into it. Like, you just see random things like that and you think, okay, who's getting paid here?
Yeah.
Whose hands
getting
greased?
Yeah.
The trainers sent out someone and said, take the two there.
Yeah, take the two.
Yeah, but I kind of feel for the Raiders, but this is where I thought they would be this season. Bit of like, they'll win a couple, lose more. That's just where I thought they'd be.
I thought they'd be a little bit better. Because where are they at the ladder? They'd be in like bottom 4, wouldn't they?
They're 13th.
Yeah.
They're currently second worst defensive team in the comp.
Oh, but they're tied with 8th. So pretty much they're in 8th.
Yeah, okay. They're in the top 8.
Yeah. Yep.
They're playing finals this year.
Yep. All right, on to the next. We got the Bunnies defeating the Dragons, 24 points to 12. Yeah.
This was a rough watch. This was a really, really rough game to watch.
Yeah.
After Latrell went down, it looked like it was going to be a massacre when Latrell scored that try early.
Yeah.
But Jesus. They've got to get out of a core stadium. All right, this is what I want to talk about.
Go on.
A core stadium seats, 85 roughly thousand, something like that. I think I've been there when there's 83,000, so probably can fit a couple more in there. 85, let's say, for argument's sake.
Hold on. Is a core ANZ?
Yeah, ANZ.
Okay.
Yeah. It is not equipped to host just a dog shit game like the Dragons, Rabbitohs in round 5 when the Easter show's on. You know, all these things happening in Sydney. It's just not equipped to host that game because there was zero atmosphere. And it made the game unbearable to watch. You couldn't hear anyone. It sounded like they were playing at Sawyer Park. It was terrible. Now, I'm suggesting, why wouldn't they get South? Every other team in Sydney pretty much has another stadium they can play out of.
Yep.
Other than ANZ. Why doesn't South?
There's not too many more stadiums in Sydney.
No, we'll build them one. South have the money.
Yeah. Where are you going to build it, though? There's
You
not
build
much
it, they'll
room.
come. Put one in Redfern. Redo Redfern Oval. Fucking throw a 20,000 seat stadium there, 30,000 seat. Something. They need one.
All right. Well, I just don't see that happening. Like,
What do they get at a game? No more than 25,000 on average. No more. 100%.
yeah, no.
So if you had like a 30,000 seat stadium for them to play out of every week, and then you take your big game, which doesn't even really draw for them, your big like Roosters, Rabbitohs game or whatever, the big Sydney clash, you take that to a core.
Mm-hmm.
But you play most of your games out of there, they half pack it. 15,000 people at a 30,000 seat stadium is a lot better than 25,000 at an 83,000 stadium.
Yeah.
Like, it's just terrible. There's no atmosphere. And I think it really hurts watching the games on TV. I was watching it and it was an absolute snooze fest.
Well, is your weekly
So should they
Bose
build
rant?
them one? That's what I'm saying. Should they build them one?
You know what? If in a perfect world, yeah, they would get their own stadium. But mate, come on.
Maybe in my head, I'm thinking they just knock it up.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like a new development. It'll be done by the end of the year. Yeah, just bang it up.
Yeah. If they build
Where are they going to build it?
If you build it, they will
That's a
come.
good point.
Yeah, no, there's no room in Sydney.
But you hear PointsBet, you hear Shark Park. When there's 15,000 people there, it's electric.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what South need. They can make it like a real tribal home, you know what I mean? Like something that they can defend. ANZ, literally, who's scared to go to ANZ to play South? No one. No one's scared to go play at ANZ. Maybe the Broncos. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, who knows?
All right. On to the next. It was a boring-ass game. The Dragons were okay in patches. The South, they were both bad in patches. I thought Kalol Matangi played really good. Hopefully Latrell's injury isn't as bad as it looked. Hopefully it's just a low-grade hamstring injury. And I thought Blake Taff was pretty good off the bench.
Damien Cook was nice too.
Yeah, Damien Cook was electric through the middle.
Yeah. Anyway, on to the next, probably the game of the round. Eels beat the Titans 26 points to 20. And I called this the rematch of the year. I called it.
You did.
You
did.
And it was the rematch of the year, 100%.
So this kind of proves me point. There was 15,000 people there.
Yep.
And there was 11,000. 11,000 at an 83,000 seat stadium. It's just Jesus. But the atmosphere at this game was really, really good. It was electric, and I thought both teams delivered. I thought Para were really, really, really solid. But then they kind of clock off in games, I feel like.
Well, they were up, what was it, like 20-0? Was it?
Well, you saw they were up in this one. They were up the first time they played them. They were up against the Dragons. They let them back into the game. They were dominating the Dragons early. They let them back into the game. They should have beat the Sharks, really.
Yeah.
And then the Sharks come back and beat them on the buzzer. So that's a little thing they can work on. But you probably don't want your team to be perfect this early in the season. That's when teams burn out. You want them to keep building and keep having places to go. Obviously, Para do that.
Yep.
But they done enough to get it done. It was good to see Dave Feeder get out of dummy half and score a good try.
Yeah, have a dig.
Just have a go. Like, get his hands on the ball. Gutherson was outstanding.
He always is outstanding.
This was his game of the year, I thought. You can see he took it a little bit personal. I love that he ran over Phil at Sami. If he didn't get injured, I think we would have seen the Gutharini.
The Gutharini?
The Gutharino? What is
Gutharina?
it? Gutharina?
It's one of the three.
You're everything Clint Gutherson. You're the Gutho aficionado. You got the shirt.
I do.
What is it?
King Gutho. Nice. Got a crown. Wearing his crown. He is the king. What is the what?
What is the name for it?
I think it's the Gutharina.
Okay. How close were you to twerking on Saturday night? That's what I want to know.
Look, on camera, I was well close, and I would have sold it for $10 a pop.
That's it.
On
That's our
OnlyFans. Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Start up OnlyFans. If you want to see me twerking, $5 a month, and then you got to pay extra $10 for the video.
That's such a G up. If Gutho scores a hat trick this year, at some point,
Yep.
will you twerk?
Yeah. Look, we spoke about this. What was it? Yesterday, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I said, if he scores a hat trick, then you will buy a case of beer. We will be drinking the beers, and I will twerk on camera.
Hell yeah. to that Cardi B WAP song.
WAP.
WAP.
Yes?
Yes?
Maybe. It might be to a few different songs.
All right. It might go that long.
Yeah, it might go for that long.
You'll just twerk the rest of the game after he scores the hattie.
Mate,
If it's on.
yeah. If
they win the grand final, is the Gutho tattoo on or is the Eels tattoo on?
the Gutho tattoo is on, I will be getting a Gutho
All right.
tattoo somewhere.
I reckon if you get a Gutho tattoo, I reckon he'll come on the potty.
Will he?
I reckon.
If I get it on my face, he definitely must. He must.
I think if you get it on the face, I don't think he'll come near. To be honest.
Where should I get it? Like on the back of the arm here?
Yeah, get it. Get
Like
it
just-
here, bruh.
Just like a Gutho.
And
King
then
Gutho.
Get massive triceps and get it.
I'll try.
All right. Let's move on. That was a good game. I enjoyed that.
All right. I was just gonna say one more thing. The Titans scored half their points while Junior Paulo was in the bin. Is that a fair sin bin, you think?
Definitely was not.
Yeah.
Actually, we could talk about the sin bin. I wanted to talk about it anyway.
All right, go on.
Every person that had eyes on the field could see that it was shoulder first.
Yeah.
Now, they updated the guidelines. If it's not direct contact with the head, it's not a sin bin. It can be put on report. It can be a penalty. That's all right. I would have been fine with a penalty. If he bounces up, hits him in the head, you know what, it's a penalty. But if it's not direct contact with the head, it's not a penalty anymore.
Yep.
There was only one person in the ground that thought it was direct contact with the head, and that was the guy in the bunker.
Yeah. Even Brimson was like, yeah, it's a shoulder. Like,
Even the doctor in the bunker didn't think it was direct contact with the head because he didn't pull Brimson off.
yeah, that's right.
So I did not like that. I thought if he went off, Brimson had to go off. I hated that Brimson stayed on the field.
Yep.
And then he got 2 weeks.
I know.
He's got if he takes an early guilty plea, he gets 1. I don't know why you'd bother fighting it, to be honest.
Just take the early guilty plea.
Yeah.
Like, who do we got next week?
I don't think it really matters. You use 1 every game but 1. Like, he's going to afford to drop 1 without him.
We got the Tigers. Don't worry. That's a win.
Yeah, that's an early.
We can rest the whole starting team and still win. Anyway.
You'll be so quiet on the Monday show.
Yeah, mate, I won't be on the Monday show. If Para lose to the Tigers, I don't know what I'll be out down at the pub drinking away my sorrows. Moving on. We got the Sharkies beating the Tigers. Speak of the devil, 30 points to 4. The Tigers' only try came in like the last minute off intercept try, so it should be 30 points to 0.
You want to know the definition of can't catch a break?
What?
The Tigers' best player testing positive with COVID at the ground before the game.
Was that Dane Laurie?
Yeah, Dane Laurie.
Yeah.
That hurts. That's what gets you pumped up for a game, mate. You get into the sheds, boys. You know what? We're a chance today. Laurie's here. He's suited up. Like if we can get him into some open space, you never know.
Yeah.
And then, boys, I'm out. Do you think Laurie had like a red texter or something, and he just penciled that in? I'm not playing the fucking Sharks today.
Yeah, he might have. Yeah, it's like I don't want to get smashed.
No, fuck this. Yeah, the Tigers. I feel for them. I don't know where they're at, what they're doing. Jock Madden looks okay in patches, I think. Is Hastings back next week?
I think he is, yeah. But does he get that
helps.
spot back? Jock Madden's been playing some pretty good footy.
I mean, I'd take him over Brooks. I was talking to a guy at work the other day, and he said Hastings maybe to lock. Dewey, Jock Madden, Hastings.
I do not like that
Don't
at all.
like it?
No.
It's similar to like a Kurt Mann role at the Sharks.
Well, Kurt Mann is, I think he's a much better defender, and he's maybe, a little bit worse, running the footy maybe.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. Just another string to their attack. They don't have much attack in their team.
No, don't put him. Maybe to 14.
Yeah.
Maybe Little plays a little bit less minutes. Maybe 50 minutes for Little.
What about Nico Hines, mate? Have you seen a person just adapt to the halves as quick? I don't think anyone expected him to be playing this good a footy this early in the season.
Surely he must have been a half.
Yeah, I think he was.
Growing up. And then at the Storm, obviously they had Jerome Hughes and bloody Cam Munster. So he was never going to get a spot over them, so he's just like, oh yeah, I'll go play fullback.
He's killing it too. But he learned his craft on the coast, and we breed halves tough on the coast.
We do. What is it, Ginny Maloney?
We're just a halves factory down here, baby.
Yeah,
we
pretty
just
much.
tune them out.
Who else?
Scotty Drinkwater's from the coast.
Is he? He's a good half.
So.
Who was there was Molson? Tim Molson.
Yeah, Tim Molson.
He was
terrible.
He was a fullback, but
he was a half.
Yeah. What's the difference? What's the difference nowadays?
Is Tim Molson the best halfback to come out of the Central Coast?
James
I
Maloney
think so.
is.
No, we'll say Tim Molson in the 13 ones would have killed it at halfback.
He was a halfback.
Yeah. Tim Molson's a halfback from way back.
Yeah. Who else?
You don't know Tim Molson like we know Tim Molson on the coast.
No. You only see.
Let's get Tim Molson on the show.
Oh. All right.
You know him out of Terrigal?
Yeah, Terrigal. Yeah, of course. I went to Terrigal season launch one year.
And he was there?
Don't know.
Was he wearing the 7?
Yeah.
He just wears it around the pub too.
Yeah, he does.
He lets everyone know he was a halfback at heart. Let's go to the Panthers Bulldogs, because the Tigers, less said about them, the better at the moment. James Tamo compared it to where he was at the Panthers. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, no, not at all. At the Panthers, obviously they had like Cleary, Dylan Edwards, Jerome Law. They had all those younger players. Yeah, exactly. With the Tigers, you got Dane Laurie. That's it.
And he's a Panther.
Yeah.
All right, Panthers 32, Bulldogs 12. Have you ever felt worse for a player than Matt Duffy in this game?
Oh, I felt so bad for him. Like the drop bombs, they were like, yeah. I mean, it's pretty hard to catch a bomb, but he should be catching those. But then off the kickoff, that's when I was like, oh no, Matthew.
You knew when they put those bombs up too. He's going to drop this.
Yeah, I had no confidence in him, and I doubt he would have had any confidence in himself. By the end of the game, he must have just been 0.
Oh, he must have been so low. He ended up with 6 runs, 46 metres. 30 of those were kick return metres. Just to preface this is 46 metres than any of us will ever run in the NRL. So it's not that he's a bad player. It's just a really bad really bad game for him.
Yeah.
But he touched the ball 24 times. That's what I want to touch on. He only ran the ball 6 times, touched the ball 24 times. That's not good for a run-first fullback.
Yeah.
Where he probably should be.
Where the strongest part of his game is his running game.
Yeah.
Especially in the middle of tied forwards, getting around him. I just didn't think he looked... I don't know. Did he have an error early in the game? Early in the piece?
I think so.
Maybe that it just deflated him from there. Right from the get-go.
4 handling errors, which is also 4 more than I'll ever have in an NRL game. He jumped into dummy half at one point. I think he knocked on there. And then he didn't back up Josh Jackson at one point when he could have got on the inside. But by the end of this game, I felt just horrific for him. I felt like there should have been some duty of care or something. Get him off the field.
Yeah.
Get him into an ice bath early. Rest him.
Look,
it was terrible.
Yeah. It's no secret that I don't rate him, never rated him. I think he's a shocking fullback, but by the end, I was cheering him on. I was like, come on, you got to do something.
Yeah.
Do something.
Someone that did have a go in this game for mine, and I won't take any slander on Josh Adokar this year, I think he was great. I think he really... I don't know, you can see he wants to win, and he wants to change their mentality there.
Yeah.
15 runs, 146 metres, which is by far the best for the backs. Like, you can add 3 of the backs' total running metres together, and they don't catch him. I thought he was great for them. Matty Burton had a go as well. Kyle Flanagan, I thought, was pretty solid.
Kyle Flanagan was great. He had a hand in both their tries.
Yeah.
He kicked one, and then he put old mate through a hole, didn't he? I'm sure he did.
I'll tell you who's Kyle Flanagan's biggest fan.
Who?
Bam. This guy already.
Oh, his name's Bam?
Yeah. Oh, can he be named Bam? No, I like Kyle Flanagan. Seriously.
Me too.
He needs to stay in the team. I think he was probably thrown to the wolves a little bit in that game, but I think he held his own, had a go. His defense is really solid. I think he jammed Luai at one point.
He jammed
But other than
someone.
that, they were never going to win this game. We talked about their start at the start of the year. It was a really rough way to start the year, and there could be a lot of pressure on them after the first 6 weeks. They won their first game by 2 points, then they lost by 4, lost by 1, lost by 44. Now they lost by 20. They got South next week at the mighty Accor Stadium. That's a hunting ground for South. And then they got to go to Suncorp to play the Broncos Magic Round.
We'll see how they go, I guess. Hopefully a little bit better.
Yeah, I can't see a lot of wings on their horizon. Anyway, that's the show for this week. Denny, who was your top performer this week?
King Gutho, the king, His Majesty.
Your Majesty. His Majesty. All right, I'll back in the king as well. I think he was really good. If you like that, you'll like what we got coming up. 2 days' time. Be there or be square. Remember, it still records for a little bit. Just so